If a bird from whose view you see this was old enough, it would tell of how this suburb was associated with old money and upper middle class sophistication, how it was once an exclusive neighborhood built of white, uniform two-story maisonets with orange brick roofs which smelled of cleanliness, industry, promise and possibility. But over the years, Buruburu's once classy charm and color has faded, so much so that it is now painted with slum characteristics.
It's so neat.
I came to Buruburu when the estate started in 1973 at phase 1. I applied for a house, but I didn't get it. But when phase 3 was advertised, I tried, and that was a computer selection. So I managed to get this house. Oh, Buruburu was a beautiful place. It was a designer estate. It had state-of-the-art roads, pedestrian walks, very well lit.
43 years later, the serene atmosphere Githinji once enjoyed has been rudely interrupted, with flats springing up as developers seek to make maximum use of whatever land they have. Some of the houses have undergone extensive modifications as owners struggle to cash in on the increased demand for housing. High-rise buildings have been slowly coming up in these areas to the chagrin of the residents, who are now putting up a spirited fight to stem these developments.
As we went by, new people started acquiring the houses from some of those who originally got them. And unfortunately, this did not maintain the original constructions. They went about building extensions.
This is how Buruburu is supposed.
Buruburu Residents Welfare Association Chairman David Olekonchela tells me that the estate's original plan has been severely distorted.
Our children are supposed to enjoy the playgrounds which were provided for. Right now, as we speak here, we have none.
The presence of Mutendwa Market, a temporary market sitting in a mass transit area, has traded the comfort of many. Bidi Primary School is the most affected as the market runs along its walls, blocking its gates, and the children have to bear with the calls of the hawkers every day, listening and learning to their teachers over the underlay of pitches and calls to trade. And there is a louder problem than the calling by hawkers.
Mutindwa alone carries something to do with about 3,000 or more people from 6 in the morning to about 8 in the night. There is no running water, and these people are human beings. They must relieve themselves when the time comes. So where do they do it? They do it in the fence of the school. They end up doing flying toilets, and they throw them right into the school compound. People are even having illicit sex, and they use condoms into the school compound. And a number of times, the school has a big problem in even picking all those swings to clean because they are young children. We have nursery kids.
On the official map of Buruburu Estate, Conchela shows me a spot where land had been set aside for the construction of a market. On the actual site, however, somebody has already constructed an entertainment joint.
Our brothers and sisters who want to do their businesses can be assisted by given the rightful place where a market of Buruburu was supposed to be.
The market land is not the only piece of public land that has been grabbed in Buruburu. A piece set aside for a fire station now hosts a series of flats, and the roads grow narrower every day, with their space being taken up by a series of garages. Dingy joints are sprouting everywhere, where goat meat is roasted, peanuts are packed, and at the commercial center, every building hosts a pub or a wines and spirits shop.
Buruburu is a small shopping center. The shops are quite few. But as small as it is, we have 70 outlets. That is bars and wines and spirit shops, 70 of them.
There was a designed I think it was a bar, which was called, which people nicknamed Mausoleum. That was the only one that served, in fact, the Buruburus. It was decent. But now you dare not even walk with your wife near that place. It has changed so much.
At night, the residents say these joints are extended using tents to accommodate more revelers, and the noise is unbearable. Residents say some joints are converted to brothels, and prostitution and drug dealing are at a high here. Some homeowners have already moved out, while others are resigned to their fate, that of crowded spaces in massive traffic jams. But even this group wants the mess in Buruburu cleaned up, as it is undermining the value of their estate.
As an investor in Buruburu, because I invested by buying my house, my property there, the value of my property, instead of going up, is going down. And anytime you bring a valuer, they will actually pick what we are talking about, and that pushed the value of the house down.
Initial plans indicate that there are supposed to be 5,000 homes in Buruburu estate, but today between Buruburu Phase 1 and Buruburu Phase 5, there are about 20,000 units. And homeowners and investors are afraid that what was once an envy of many is slowly turning into a slum. And with it, there is moral decay and environmental degradation. They have now petitioned the county government to help them restore Buruburu to its former glory. Mercy Juma Okande, NTV, Buruburu, Nairobi County.